Hey, welcome to Postpartum Reframed, your guide to biblical joy. On this podcast, I'll discuss about the who, what, why, and hows of cultivating and practicing biblical joy in the first year postpartum. I'm your host, Kendall. I'm a wife and mama to 4 amazing children who you may hear in the background sometimes of this podcast. By the grace of God, I have overcome postpartum depression, rage, and anxiety by daily leaning into the strength that comes purely from His joy. Now I'm passionate about helping other moms do the same so that even in the hard moments of postpartum, it can still be seen as a joy-filled experience. This podcast is available on YouTube as well as various podcast players. You can find the full show notes in the description of anywhere that you are listening, and if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Now let's dive into today's episode. Today I'm talking about postpartum sensory overload and how your phone is stealing your joy. But first, I want to mention that if you're having a hard time getting started and intentionally having biblical joy postpartum, I've put together a free postpartum mini reset, where an audio file of 3 minutes or less is sent to you for 3 days, guiding you on how to take the next step forward so that you can start your journey towards having a biblically joyful postpartum and life. The link for that is in the show notes. So postpartum sensory overload can show up in so many different ways. It can show up as being short with your children, not enjoying your time with them, feeling overwhelmed by every little noise, feeling like you are constantly in fight or flight, or you find yourself constantly getting frustrated with them. Reflect on your current habits. Are you scrolling or checking emails as soon as you wake up? Are you constantly on your phone throughout the day? Are you able to be present when you're doing something with your children or family? Or do your thoughts wander off, thinking about things that need to be done or what others are up to? Are you constantly looking for a way to escape your present reality so you watch a few reels that make you laugh? I'm not saying to not have a phone or to never be on it, but what I am saying is that phone use can creep up so suddenly if we are not intentional with it. You can get to a point where you're in bondage to your phone and don't even realize it until you shatter your child's feeling one day because you chose to look at your phone instead of them as they explain something that excites them. It can come to a point where those around you feel as though your phone is more important to you than they are. Phones are a wonderful tool if they are used as a tool. But if they're not being used as a tool, they can quietly become the very thing that makes you feel empty, never fully present, overstimulated, overwhelmed, and constantly on edge. So maybe you're not at the point and don't have an issue with overusing your phone in any way. That is amazing, and I'd love to encourage you to continue being intentional with that. If you are somewhere in the middle, or you are at the point that I described, you're maybe thinking, I know, but I just don't know how to change these habits. It feels like I can't stop no matter how hard I try. I hear you, and I have 100% been there. I've for sure fallen into ruts where I was constantly on my phone and hardly played or connected with my kids in some way. I've had phases where every day I needed to research something new, and instead of scheduling that into a pocket of the day, I used time that could have been spent playing a game or baking with my children to research and justify it as being something that needed to be done. Which, yes, it was something that needed to be done, but not at the expense of my relationship and connection with my children. It could be scheduled for another time when they are either in quiet time sleeping at night or playing after their cups have been filled. So what can we do? Here are 5 practical tips that I have learned either on my own or from others that have truly helped me and allowed me to be more present and to feel more joy in this motherhood journey, especially postpartum. So number 1, not looking at my phone for a minimum of 1 hour after waking up. How we start our day determines how the rest of our day goes and even how we sleep at night. I'll link the video between John Bevere and Addison Bevere about this topic where they go into much more depth about the neuroscience behind this. It's a super interesting video and he'll explain it way better than I could. And then number 2 is keep your phone on Do Not Disturb or turn all notifications off for things such as emails and social media. I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb, but do allow all phone calls through. That way, if someone truly needs me in that moment, they can just call. Otherwise, I'll text them back at a later time. This has helped me tremendously because I take a lot of photos of my children on my phone, And yes, I could use a camera, but I like to easily be able to take the photos and send them to grandparents who don't live nearby. So it's allowed me to take photos, but also be able to set my phone down or set it in the back of my pocket and forget about it until needed. Number 3, I understand that especially in today's society, so many people work on their phone, and some people truly do need to be available a lot of the time. If this is you, there are still ways to be intentional with the use of your phone. You could set a specific tone that goes off when a specific client messages or calls you. If it's a work phone and you have multiple clients that could be trying to reach you, have the volume on for both messages and phone calls, or set a boundary where if they urgently need an answer from you, they call you, not text you, and you only have the volume on for phone calls. Another tip is to set anchors throughout your day where you'll check your phone. This could be once every 30 minutes, hour, or whatever time works best for you and the type of work you do. And then number 4, create before I consume. I heard this from the YouTube channel called Girl Teach Me. It just means before I consume any form of content, I create something, whether it's journaling, doing something on my phone, or doing something for the business. Sorry, I said doing something on my phone. I meant doing something for my home or doing something for the business. And then lastly, number 5 is schedule in time for consuming content. Maybe you don't want to go completely off social media, and that's completely fine, and it's not horrible, like if you're wanting to be on social media or watch YouTube videos or listen to podcasts, because there are valuable things that you can learn or valuable connections that you can make through social media, YouTube, or podcasts. And so scheduling time to be on those platforms just helps with the constant feeling of needing to be on your phone doing something, not getting sucked into doom scrolling, and not being on YouTube or podcast platforms for half the day, taking in hours of content. It gives you a greater balance overall. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Postpartum Reframed podcast today. If this helped, encouraged you, or you have a question, please take a few moments to comment, leave a review, or share it with another mama who could benefit from this type of content. Let's create a world where women can have a joy-filled postpartum together. And if you're ready to move from survival mode to biblical joy today, click the link in the show notes to grab my free 3-day mini reset, Reframing Postpartum. It's designed to help you shift your perspective and find peace in just 3 days. You'll also join our email community for weekly encouragement every Tuesday. I'll see you next Friday.